There, everything's properly put away. I got to mark my gas tank so I don't get them mixed up from my dad's. All right, I've got a video for you. This video, first off, there's the Marley girl. What are you doing? You better not be eating poo. You're eating poo, aren't you? There's a girl. There's a girl. Come here, get petted. Come and get petted. Never mind eating the poo. Come and get petted. She's eating poo. She's eating poo. Anyway. Mini beast. Okay. So this video, got to get, of course. Oh, look at the scratch on my car. Damn it. Okay, so this video is when you're tired of all the get-rich quick schemes and you actually want to do something seriously about it, what can you do? Well, the reason why I'm showing you this chainsaw, you guys know my love affair with chainsaws, especially Mini Beast here. He made me about $100 the other day. I paid about $200 for him. Now she's crapping over there. You better eat that up later. Anyway, you know you don't live here, right? Yeah, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She's just on the prowl. Anyway, yeah, so did a job with it the other day. Made a bunch of money. I paid about, I think, $200 for this thing. Last year, I worked it off. I didn't pay money for it. I worked it off in labor, about $200 worth of labor. So about 10 hours of work, right? But what ended up happening is that I found out that this saw was way more useful than I could possibly imagine. So I got like a little 13-inch, gotta watch you don't scratch the paint in my car here, but it's only got a 13-inch bar on it. You say, oh, this thing is be useless. This has been one of the most useful saws I've ever used. Now, you know, in context of, you know, yard work and stuff like that. Now, my cat's here. Don't you go beat up on the poor Marley there. My 15-year-old cat likes to beat up on the dog. Yeah, but anyway. She never beat up on anybody before, but this dog, she's just like, I'm going to go beat her up just because I can. But anyway, the point I'm making is that this was a really good investment. And there's a lot of people, they want like a turnkey business, but they have no idea where to start. And like most people, they're absolutely broke. Right now, if you're in the city, whether you're a guy, a girl, this video can pertain to you. It's going to be a little bit more guy-centric because guys have the advantage, and I'm just being honest here, guys have the advantage that they usually have friends in it to kind of guide them through it. Not all guys. Like a lot of guys in the city don't know like handymen and stuff like that, but there's usually somebody they know that does, right? For the women, it's a little bit different. The problem you get with women is they think they can actually do things because they're a woman, and it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that for the guy. Guys can be cocky, don't get me wrong. Guys can be very cocky, but when it comes to chainsaws and stuff like that, you really have to learn how to use these things safely. I can't stress that enough. Watch out, Missy's there. She's going to beat you up. She's there eating poo again. There, cat's going that way, dog's that. Anyway, so the point is that anybody can do this, but you do have to respect it. You do have to learn how to do it. Now that said, why would I even bring something like this up? Because most people, what they look at is this is how you make $1 million or $10,000 a month and stuff like that. And the problem with those videos is, yes, there are people doing it. Yes, there is ways to do it. But the reality is that most people make their money off of telling you how you're going to make $1 million, not showing you actually how you're going to make $1 million. That's how they made their $1 million, is by telling you how you could make $1 million. You could just do this, or you could just do that, or you could do, you know what I mean? And it's not realistic for most people. You know, like most people don't get the Ponzi scheme scams that are out there. Oh, I made $10,000 a month doing this e-trading and blah, blah, blah. And really they're making the money off of you watching the video and whatever. And I don't fault that. I mean, it's, you know, if they can get away with it, great. But the thing is it's disingenuous. Where what I'm telling you is never mind the get-rich-quick scheme. Buy a tool, whether it's a lawnmower, a chainsaw. You can get into this as little as a couple of $100. First, get yourself... where did I throw my helmet? Oh, get yourself one of these. About $60 right here. Okay? Get yourself some of these. You'll probably go through a few of them a season, but you got to wear these even under the helmet. And that's probably another... Well, they're about $15. They used to be like $3. The chainsaw files and all that stuff, you're looking at maybe two to $5 a file, depending on where you're shopping, what country. I'm in Canada, so you know everything's like 10 times more expensive. One of these, get yourself the scrunch. The scrunch should be in here. Pretty sure I threw it in here. I better, yeah. Get yourself a good scrunch for thus said chainsaw. I don't know if I have a scrunch for this guy. I think I do. You're gonna get a couple because and they're, you know, a couple of bucks a piece. And then of course good work boots, and if you can afford it, don't skip on the safety equipment. Get yourself some chainsaw pants and maybe some good gloves, and definitely good gloves. Leather gloves is fine. I use I'll show you the gloves I use most of the time in the summer. I use gloves like these because they breathe a bit better, and they got a rubber coating, and they take the vibration out of your hands. You don't want to be using these things bare hand for long periods of time. You'll do nerve damage to your hands. All the older tough guys, they don't wear eye protection. They don't wear chainsaw pants. They'll wear work boots because they think it looks cool. But what I'm saying is get the safety equipment. You could outfit yourself with a, you know, say 200, you'd be 260. Say for under $500 easy, you could be completely, you know, look for deals and stuff like that. If you're going to buy a used chainsaw, make sure you know somebody who knows about chainsaws so you don't buy a dud. If you're going to buy one of these new, they're approximately $200 to $300 depending on where you shop them. It doesn't have to be this specific brand. There you go. You now have a business right there. How am I doing for time? Okay, I'll wrap up kind of quick. I got some stuff on the lens the other day, so hopefully the camera's not too blurry. But the point I'm making is I work for myself. I've been working for myself now since 2008. I struggle. I struggle a lot. You can see I got a beater here. I got 3 broken trucks there, a dilapidating sailboat, and another broken truck way back there. Poor Brutus, yeah. So you can judge a man's wealth by how many broken trucks he has in his yard. Also, you can judge a man's wealth by how many chainsaws he has not functioning properly. I got two chainsaws and a whippersnipper going to the chainsaw doctor hopefully next week, the next 2 days, to get looked at. But the point I'm making is within 1 year, which was last year, I ended up with 3 chainsaws, 4 lawnmowers, or 3 lawnmowers on top of the 4th one, a brush cutter that needs a bit of work. But once I invest and get that thing fixed, you know, like a lot of yard work. So the point is this saw here has made me probably thousands of dollars on a $200 investment, plus the fuel. But my clients pay for the fuel and stuff like that. Oh, you'd obviously have to get gas tanks, you know, whatever. But it's the easiest business you can get into. Here's the catch: you got to work. Most of these online get-rich-quick schemes is people who want this. Hear me out now. They've got this noble idea of getting really rich really quick without really working for it. What, you know, they just bang, I'm independently wealthy overnight. What a noble thought. What a noble thought. Nobody else has thought of that. But the reality is until that happens to you, I would rely on more of the real world stuff. And the real world stuff is getting tools. You want to get into, say, heavy trucking, right? Heavy trucking is going to cost you a lot. To get a pilot's, a private pilot's license or a 18-wheeler tractor trailer stuff, it's same money, right? So that's you know, like, again, you have to be really wealthy. But if you have that much money, you can do a lot of turnkeys for the same price of getting that license. You could buy a truck. Now, the one thing about all the trucks, except for the black one, because that's a tribute truck to my uncle, it was his last truck. So, but both of those trucks there have zeroed themselves out. The red truck, I paid $500 for, and I got a year and a half out of it. That truck has made me thousands and thousands of dollars. The blue truck, it broke even. It broke even before it broke, but it's still, I just got to get it fixed. That truck is actually, the blue one I call Thunder, is actually still in really good condition. Point is that you could start with a car, you could start with a wheelbarrow, you could start with anything, and just slowly build your yard working tools that way. And you know, if you get a bigger chainsaw, you can go right into bushwork if you wanted, but that's pretty labor intensive stuff too. But the thing is that whether you get a whippersnipper and a lawnmower, or a chainsaw, whippersnipper and a lawnmower, if you have just those 3 tools and a brush cutter, a 4th tool, that's what I would recommend to start with. And then of course rakes and stuff like that. Even before you get that, get your rakes and shovels and some pruning shears. There's so many ways to do this. But anyway, I figured I'd make this video just because nobody else seems to be making videos like this of how to start a business, you know, practically, you know.